Hello and thank you for visiting. This is my first of 5 days of thank you videos. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 15 years today on St. Patrick's Day, and I am going to be making a video for the next 5 business days as a thank you to all of my customers over the years. I'm going to be showcasing some of my favorite projects of all time with a new twist. So today I want to show you a really simple way to make a gift bag out of your designer paper. And you may notice that I have put this envelope, this clear envelope, on a little bit crooked so that it will fit in. Usually when I do a gift bag, I do them so that my card will sit portrait and not landscape. But this card just wanted to go the other way. So we will teach you how to make the bag and put the card on the front. So there are only 2 measurements that you need to know to make this box. First, I scored at 1 inch, and then I scored all the other sides at 3, 3, and 3. Now, if you're using your scoreboard and you have trouble with the stylus going outside the lines, I recommend turning your whole board to the way that your arm goes. I'm a righty, so I make mine go to the right, and then I score down at the 3. So that's on all 4 sides it's scored. And then I'm going to go back and feel, kind of like Braille, to see which one is my 1 inch side, and I'm going to just turn that side down. So this is going to make a decorative lip at the top of our box. I'm going to bring in some sticky adhesive. This is Seal Plus. I prefer this when I'm making things that I really don't ever want to come off. And it is super fast and easy to use, and I'm just going to stick that down to form the top of my bag. Then I'm going to find, again, like Braille, the bottom where I scored my paper, and I can feel with my fingers and just fold it over and get that crease line going. And I want to make sure that I fold it all the way around at the 3 inch mark where I scored. I can't even see it, so I doubt that you can see it on the video, but I am scoring at that 3 inch marker where I can feel the line from where I scored. Okay. And so you're going to do this with 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper. So you're going to need both pieces from your Designer Series paper pack. But it's a great way to use your paper. And it is really hard to see on this particular paper. But where it's St. Patrick's Day, I wanted to use green. And I do actually have a gift that I have 2 friends that I need to give these away. So this afternoon, these boxes will be out of the house because I am going to go deliver my little gifts. So I am actually going in and I'm cutting up to the 3 inch mark, and now I'm giving myself a little bit of room on the flap. And this bottom piece is going to fold and make the bottom part of our bag. So I don't want to cut into that piece. It's the pieces on the side that are going to end up the inside bottom of the bag, like that. So I want to make sure that when I trim, that I keep the integrity of my bag nice and square on the bottom. Okay. So then I'm just going to add adhesive to these 2 flaps at the bottom. And I, again, like Braille, I can feel where the line of the, where it's scored. So I'm going to put the adhesive right up to the score mark on both sides and just attach this on the inside of my bag. Now, the cool part about this is if I line this up so that it's 90 degrees, I know that the inside of my bag is going to have a little bit of room from where I cut in, and it's going to line up perfect. And if it doesn't for some reason, there's always one that's a little funny. You can always give it a trim if it's hanging over at all. So once you get your bag sort of started to assemble, then you'll notice mine's hanging out a little bit. I'm just going to give it a pinch all the way down to make it form that nice solid rectangle. So I've already done my other piece. And now I want to fit the bag together. And I'm going to tell you, for some reason, every time you do this, it's going to go one way or the other. it's not gonna fit. So it fit really good this way. If I try it this way, hang on. Oh no. All right, so I lied. This one, it works perfectly both ways, but most times it doesn't work that way. Usually there's only one good way to put it in, and you'll know after you fit it together. So now I'm gonna take my liquid glue, and I'm gonna have a supply list at the top of this when I post, and I am going to put it on like I don't usually use liquid glue, like this, and I'm gonna slather it all over the inside part of this side of the bag, and then I'll be able to fit it in. But you want to make sure that you've kind of sized it first and make sure that you've got it going the way that you want it, because you don't want to put glue all over it and then realize that you prefer, you know, the bag the other way. So once you get the glue on there and it starts to get into place, I like to put it down on its side and run my hand up, and then do the same thing on the other side. So flip it over, you know, get it nice and set up. It's gonna take a minute for it to dry because it is a liquid glue. So I'm gonna hold these sides and really make sure that they set before I move on. So you can see that this is the side that fit in. So this is going to be the back side of our bag. So I'm going to let that set up and I'm going to come right back. So now that this is all dry, I am going to make this, of course, the back side of my bag. So I'm going to flip it over to the front, and I'm going to punch holes on both sides actually. So this is where our ribbon handle is going to sit. You could use paper if you wanted, but I'm choosing ribbon mainly because it's quick and easy. I'm gonna cut 2 pieces of ribbon, and this is the Old Olive Pretty Peacock ribbon. Whatever size you decide to cut, just do the same thing twice so that you have the same length handles. I'm gonna end up cutting these shorter anyway. So pretty, and that's 149496 if you're looking for it in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Okay, and then I'm gonna tie one end in a knot, and the other end I'm gonna cut at a pretty good angle. So away we go. I'm gonna come in through the back of the bag and feed through the front so that the knot shows up in the back, and then I'll go in through the front, out through the back, and tie another knot. So here we go, just tie it off one little knot, and then you can trim the excess. And if you want to save that for your card, you can. And then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So when I tied off the knot here, I made it about the same amount that I cut off the other side so that I know that my handles are pretty close to the same length. Okay, now I want to make sure that I'm on the front of my bag and I can see the seam where the bag goes together, so I know I need to flip it over. And the next thing I want to do is bring in one of the Stampin' Up! Clear envelopes. Now, these come with adhesive so that you can peel it off and seal it, but I trimmed mine so that I took the top off. I hope you're seeing that okay. And then I'm going to pull in my tear and tape, and I'm going to add 3 pieces. And this is kind of cool stuff because it's really sticky, but it's very easy to work with in that you don't have to even have a pair of scissors. You can just rip it off. So then I'm going to just peel off the transfer paper like this. And then I'm going to attach it to the front of my bag. Now you may notice I'm going to put it a little bit on an angle because I have it going from side to side and I don't want my card to fall out. Gravity would do that to me. So this is the side with the opening, and then when we finish up the card, we'll be able to slide it in the little holder. So I started the card already. This designer paper measures 2 by 4 3/4. My white is 5 by 3 3/4. This is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. I'll post all the measurements for you on my blog later. This is 4 by 3. This is 1/8 of an inch smaller on both sides. And then I used some die cuts that I've been working with for my retreat this week. My retreat is gonna be so much fun. The people who are coming, they're getting 60 die cut shapes in their take and make bags even before we start the event. Isn't that cool? So this is one of the kits that they're gonna get. Anyway, I was looking at this flower in particular and thought, how fun would it be to make a 4-leaf clover out of it? So let's just add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this one. Oh, and I need to put my stem down. So I'm gonna stick this one differently than I did the last one. I'm just gonna use a little tape runner there. Again, this is just the Seal Plus. And then we'll add a dimensional to the back of this die cut shape. Add it to our middle. Then I'm going to bring in the Shaded Spruce ink pad and the Oval Occasion stamp set. And this is a matching punch bundle, and it's currently not available to be ordered, but it's supposed to be coming back next week. So if you like this, I love punch bundles. So if this is your jam, know that you can order it. They're saying the availability date is going to be March 22nd. So today is the 17th. So maybe by the end of the week or early next week. So cool. And today is my 15th anniversary, and Stampin' Up! Decided to do free shipping. I was like, wow, they got the memo. Anyway, I'm gonna come in after I colored that with Wink of Stella to move the ink a little bit and give it a little sparkle. I'm gonna cut this guy out of my punch. I'm gonna punch another one of those. Because we used the biggest punch and the biggest shape in this punch, I wanted something to be able to mat that image. So I am just going to add a little bit of adhesive to both of the backs of these. And then it'll make it super easy for me to make a little drop shadow behind my oval. And then I can use Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. Even though I use quite a few dimensionals, I don't peel them all off. It's only about the height and about the support behind your punched shape. I made this card totally different than the last one, which is funny. Let's see, let's go there. Because I still want to put my bow on. I pre-tied a bow a few minutes ago on my bow maker, and if you take classes with me, I will typically pre-tie your bows to make it easy for you too. Depends. If you're tying off a roll, I won't, but like if it's a freestanding bow like this one, I will. Okay, so I'm going to stick this down onto my card. And then this will go on to my card base. And these are just about ready to gift, except that I think my 4-leaf clover needs a little bit more sparkle. So I'm gonna add a wee bit of Wink of Stella. Oh, look, I put that on crooked. Good thing I can move it quickly. And then here we go. I love it. So I am having a super lucky day because it is my 15th anniversary with Stampin' Up! And I have lots and lots of wonderful customers and friends. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so that you can get the next 4 videos in this series. I'm going to be doing 4 more videos this week, just as a thank you of my favorite projects and maybe 1 or 2 new ones. Maybe I'll just showcase some things from some of my favorite people. But this is today's project, and I gotta find the opening. It's so funny. You can't see it. It's so cool. But how slick is it that the card is gonna sit right on the front of the bag? So lucky to know you. Thank you very much. Have a great day, and happy St. Patrick's Day.